So, saw Ghostbusters.
Saw Ghostbusters.
Yeah. I don't know what to say about it. You know, Melissa McCarthy wasn't really hitting those jokes. Kristen Wiig.
Yeah, she wasn't.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know. It's no, we saw the good Ghostbusters.
We saw the good Ghostbusters, yes. Oh my gosh, dude. I'm really glad that this one ignored the 2016 one. Like, honestly, dude. Thank God. Oh my God.
Well, as opposed to following in its roots, and they made a sequel to it.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters 2021. They're like, you loved it so nice, we're gonna make it twice.
I mean, this one had some corny jokes, but still.
Oh, God, I had some really bad corny jokes.
Yeah.
I don't want to get there right now.
No, not right now.
No. Yeah, what'd you think of the movie?
I liked it. I honestly liked it. Honestly, it was really. I take this over the 2016 one.
Oh yeah, this is actually a movie. You know, there was thought put into it. It wasn't just a collection of scenes of characters making bad jokes.
No, yeah, it wasn't. No.
And it wasn't a remake of the movie that you could see at home.
Oh, definitely not. No, this one's definitely like a many years later sequel.
Yeah.
That's kind of like what I kind of assume, because a lot of these days they're making movies of like just movies from back then and everything. You got, Independence Day, we got Candyman and everything like that, and we got Ghostbusters. Well, thankfully this one pretty much ignores the 2016 one. Dude.
Oh yeah, it throws it to the side like a dirty diaper. It's like, that movie doesn't exist. We're not even gonna put anything onto that.
It's pretty much the new, like the Halloween movies. It's like we're ignoring the sequels. We're just focusing on the first one.
It's like the thing I can describe about this movie, I've seen people describe it on Twitter and watching it. I was like, I could see that. It's the Force Awakens of Ghostbusters movies.
That could.
This movie is Ghostbusters: The Ghost Awakens.
Yeah.
It definitely follows like a lot of the same track record, almost the same jokes too.
Oh yeah.
Like
yeah,
when Ray sees Millennium Falcon, it was a piece of junk. We don't want to fly that. And then it was the dude from Stranger Things. He's like, it's a hunk of shit.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters.
It is pretty much like the Force Awakens. You think about it now, yeah, because it's just pretty much some relation to the original main characters and everything.
Yeah.
Like in this case, it's Egon's grandkids and the daughter and everything like that and stuff. But instead of I guess Egon had Hal Raimi's, rest in peace to the guy. He passed away. I believe it was like 2018, 17.
No, it was 2014, 15, I believe.
Okay, alrighty, yeah. I kind of sworn it could have been more recent.
It
But
was
yeah, 2014 and everything like that. So obviously they didn't really they wanted to pay some type of tribute to him and everything like that, and it did it very well and everything.
Yeah, the 2016 one sucked. They were just like, all right, there's a bust of him in the background for frame.
Yeah.
And it had the gall to be like for Harold. Like you don't get to do that.
Yeah, I know, right?
After you destroyed a movie he wrote. Like he created Ghostbusters, and it's like, all right, we're gonna pay respect. We'll put his bust into the movie.
But thankfully, this one pays an honorary tribute to him.
Yeah,
and everything. So yeah.
Even though okay, spoiler alert, it's already happening. We're not even gonna like do any pre.
Yeah,
I guess we're gonna say anything.
Yeah, sorry. It's just something we kind of try to to the best of our ability to try to not spoil anything. But at this case, I actually enjoyed this movie, so we're just skipping over. We'll probably later on do a spoiler free or something like that. Who knows? Yeah.
But for me at least, good movie. I will say, recommend it. Go see it. It's only in theaters. See it in theaters. If you gotta see it somewhere else, I'm not gonna judge you where you watch it. I'm not gonna give you the links to the sites. You know where they are. You know where they are.
You know who they are.
You know where they are.
You know who and you know where they are.
Yeah, I'm about to watch the movie again tonight. When I get home. It's like, why did I pay money for that? I could have seen it at home.
Right.
Had people talking over it too.
For real.
You know what? It didn't matter. We got that experience here.
Yeah, we got the experience here. People were talking over it. Somebody made the obvious thing. Oh, look, it's a proton pack. Oh, she's a smart one. Like, oh my God, dude.
So to give context, we're in the theater, and our seats, there's two people next to us. It's in the exact same configuration. So imagine right to where that trash can is, someone sitting there. Movie starts, and this guy keeps reiterating things that are on screen. Like, there'll be a ghost trap. Oh, a ghost trap. It's like, yeah, we see it on screen. Buddy, we're seeing the same movie. And then like something else happens. Like the main character, Phoebe. This dude was like, she's the smart one. It's like, dude, we're 20 minutes into the movie. They've already established that. The first frame she's on screen, it's established.
Yep.
So the fact this dude was like, she's the smart one. It's like, we know.
There's always those moviegoers that just kind of like point the obvious or just try to talk over it. Oh my God, this dude was like, hey, do you want tater tots? I'm like, okay. And then there's the obvious, and then there's people just going over their phone and everything. Like, it's just so distracting. Even when they try to hide the light and everything, I could still kind of see it in the side of my eyes. Just really distracting. But I don't know. That's movie going. I kind of missed that kind of, experience and everything. So
It was like when I went to go see Ready Player One and the same shit happened, where every time a reference happened, some dude had to say it loud behind me. Wow, Master Chief. Ooh, Halo. I'm like, yeah, it's on screen. I see it. So you can already imagine when they got to that big fight how he was.
oh yeah. Oh my God, it's Mechagodzilla. Oh, Gundam.
Iron Giant. Yay.
Oh, Chun-Li.
But no, to get back to like the movie.
Yeah,
like,
get back
yeah.
to the movie. Yeah.
It was good. Like
it was really good.
I went in with kind of low mid expectations on it, especially coming off of 2016.
Oh yeah.
But at least with this one, kind of had a bit more kind of idea that maybe it was gonna be better. We had Ivan Reitman's son directing it, so taking the helm to his father.
Yeah.
Seemed like they wanted to actually put more care into it with this one, at least with the story, characters.
God, too, man. Because honestly, we'll talk like what I'm like the 2016 Ghostbusters. It was just really bad and everything like that. So when I heard that they're gonna make this movie, I kind of went on to low expectations too and everything. I just didn't really get excited for it because obviously like the 2016 one was just so bad. I'm just like, oh my God, at this point it's like they don't really care anymore for the older movies, or they're trying to make sequels to it and everything. And we've seen it in the past and everything and stuff. So again, I did come into low expectations. I saw the trailers, 2 of them. After that, the second trailer, I was done watching like the promotions and everything. I was just really surprised that this movie didn't really get a lot of like a lot of recognition, because when I told my brother like, oh, I'm gonna go watch Ghostbusters with a friend of mine and everything. It's like, wait, there's a new Ghostbusters? I'm like, yeah, you didn't know? So it's like I didn't think a lot of people knew that there's gonna be a new Ghostbusters or anything like that and stuff. So I went in low expectations. Didn't think like, okay, I'll give it a chance and everything like that. And honestly, it exceeded it. It was really good. I really did enjoy it and everything. I'll admit that ending, really got me, and stuff. And we'll talk about the ending later and everything. But honestly, it really got me, and it was just a paying tribute to Harold Ramis and everything.
That's one thing I will say. Even just from a technical side, like this one seems more competent, because there were a lot of issues I had. Even outside of the story and like the bad writing of 2016, technically it was a bad movie. Yeah. Like they messed up the post-production. They messed like it. The original Ghostbusters is shot like a serious movie. It's a comedy. It's shot like with action sensibilities and other things. It's weird, wacky stuff's happening, but it's in a serious world. 2016 the tone is all colorful and bright, and doesn't match at all the tones they do. They want like moments where it's supposed to be kind of scary or maybe humorous, and you have it like juxtaposed with like the crazy stuff. It's like, it doesn't tone well.
No, it doesn't really. I believe that, I don't know. I always feel like 2016 is just an SNL skit. You have obviously all these other actors that were from SNL and everything like that. We even got the hotel owner. I think that was he played Stewie in Mad TV. I forget his name. Michael McDonald, yeah.
In the worst role of his career.
Yeah, so yeah, obviously I thought it was like a mixture of SNL and a Mad TV skit and anything and stuff. Hey, look, you want to see the old Ghostbusters? Oh, here's Dan Aykroyd, a taxi driver. Here's
I forgot about that.
And then we got Bill Murray as just this evil business guy and everything.
He was the skeptic. He was the one like, I don't believe in ghosts. Then he comes to their place and dies.
Yeah. Oh, he was a skeptic and everything like that. Harold Ramis, just his bust was like on the bus and everything.
I want to see that bust again. That bust pisses me off. We were going to play respect to him. We could have like a scene like with the original Ghostbusters saying like, man, he was great, but no, let's have his bust for half a frame.
I think Ernie Hudson, was he in the movie?
He's in the end of the movie.
Oh yeah.
Because Patty like, oh, I borrowed this from my uncle. and then her uncle was Ernie Hudson.
Oh,
But at least that cameo was like, okay, I like that one, but every other one sucked.
I didn't even bother.
And Janine from the original, she was in the movie too for like I think a scene.
Like a scene, and then we'll get to the other scene later and everything.
No, I'm talking about 2016. She was in that movie too.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about this one.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Everybody made it back in this movie. I was like, they're probably gonna bring some of them back, and it's like, oh no, they got everybody.
They got everybody. They got everybody, and stuff. And it was just weird because like when the credits were rolling, the last name would pop up. It would be Sigourney Weaver. I'm like, wait, she was in the movie, and then bam, there she was. I'm like, oh shit, she is here.
Yeah, I was like, wait a second, did I miss something? Like I was watching the movie.
I was like, because I know I went to the restroom once and everything. I was like, did I miss something?
Yeah, like there was a cameo. I wouldn't have been like, yeah, Nick, you didn't miss anything.
No. Yeah, so like, trust me, guys. Before you go into a movie, don't drink a lot of soda.
Be like me, starve. Be hungry the whole time.
Yeah, dude. But yeah, so yeah, like everybody was here, and everything. It was just a fitting tribute and everything. It pretty much ignored 2016, thank God, and everything, and stuff. And the new characters and everything were good. I actually did enjoy the new characters. Spangler's grandkids, his daughter, and everything like that. Paul Rudd did good too, and everything. Sexiest man alive in 2021.
Quote that. I didn't like that mom for a good bit. I'm like, this mom sucks.
Oh yeah, that mom really sucks.
Like she's the villain of the movie. So like, fuck. Bring Gorzo out. Like he's better. He's like, I like him more than this.
Yeah, so you can't really ignore all the product. And it was really funny though, the product placements when Paul Rudd's character Gary went into the Walmart. He went to get ice cream, and the ice cream he got was Baskin Robbins. I'm like, it reminded me of like when he was in Ant-Man and everything, where Scott was working for Baskin Robbins and everything. He immediately got fired as soon as they found out what he did and everything. Remember, Baskin Robbins always finds out.
My thing is, that was the emptiest Walmart, even though it was like late at night. It's like, where are the employees at?
Yeah.
It's like shit's going down and he's the only one there, and in the parking lot. You think everyone would be screaming out there too?
Yeah.
The product placement, I was looking for it. Like, it's a Sony movie. I expect crazy product placement. We didn't get anything unlike 2016 where there's a scene with them just eating Papa John's pizza for no reason and opening Pepsi products.
Yeah. This one obviously had just the Walmart, and I did see like Baskin Robbins. We had
Coke. There's like a
Coke.
Sony headphones.
Podcasts.
I will say that there was a little thing that bothered me, but it was like the smallest thing.
What?
So we had these Sony headphones, and the ones I have at home, and it's like, wait a second, he's wearing like the right side on his left, because those headphones are color coded.
Yeah.
So like left is blue, right is red. It's like, did they fuck up or something? I thought like, oh, maybe like they flipped the screen for this shot, and it's like he's in the mountains. Oh wait, no, he's just wearing them wrong.
Yeah.
Either that was an intentional choice, or it's like, oh, he just fucked.
You just like, okay, it's like they didn't really pay attention to find out how their product worked, I guess, and everything.
Like, put on the right side on your left.
Also, what I was also surprised too is like, I guess they kept the Stay Puft Marshmallow, but I'm like, I'm surprised these guys didn't go out of business after the 1984 Manhattan incident.
Yeah. they managed to stay in business after all that, like over 30 or so years. Everyone's like, I got that system. Yeah, let me get some. I'm feeling a hankering for that after it destroyed half a city block.
For real, I'm like, they're still in business. I mean, I guess.
Well, they're in that town, so maybe they're not in business.
Oh, that is true. That is true. Maybe it's just that town itself.
Yeah, with a huge ass Walmart. It's like that town looks like it's in the middle of nowhere, but they have the nicest looking Walmart.
Well, I mean, obviously, like, now that I'm seeing it, like, thinking about it, like, there is some type of, like, old, like, small town that do have, like, a Walmart or, like, a superstore pretty much and everything. Like, that's probably taking over, like, the mom and pop shops and everything like that. So I wouldn't really be surprised. I wasn't really surprised. I'm like, oh, yeah, you know, it's Walmart trying to get their business around, even in the smallest towns and everything.
Was clean though, I'll say.
Oh yeah, it looked really clean and everything.
Like, I've never been to Walmart that clean before.
No, and empty. And empty.
I've gone to some wild times. There's always people there. It's like even a good amount.
Yeah, like especially the Walmart around my area. Yeah, you'll see some characters and stuff. So yeah,
might be in this movie too.
Yeah, for real. Right? Oh man. So did you want to like talk about like the kind of like the synopsis, like the plot of the movie or something like that?
Yeah, like, general plot of the movie is Phoebe. What's that dude's name? Like, I feel like they said his name like once in the movie. They never said it again.
I don't think so neither. I only do remember he's the stranger kid.
Uh,
Stranger Things.
Yeah, strange kid.
Strange kid.
Strange kid and mom.
Yeah, pretty much.
They pretty much begin movie. Spangler dies to protect like house, farm, and pretty much they move into his new place, and that's where they're staying at for the summer. And generally, as it goes on, just all right, there's seismic activity in the town. It's just earthquakes. It happens all the time, and then begins to kind of unravel that. It's more ghosts and kind of this activity going on in there with that. And I'll say the way they introduced that was actually pretty nice.
Oh yeah, it was really nice. Yeah, kind of like setting up to like the return of Gozer and everything. Yeah.
I kind of wasn't expecting it. I was like, are they? I didn't
wasn't
expect they
either.
were gonna. I was like, nah, they probably won't. I was like, oh, they did. I wasn't mad. It's like sometimes I'm like, oh, you brought them back. But it's like I was like, no, it was handled pretty nicely.
It was handled pretty nicely. It kind of
the
like
original design too.
Oh yeah, the original design and everything like that. They got a new, I believe, an actress.
I think Olivia Wilde.
Olivia Wilde. I think it was. Was it
Yeah,
Olivia
it was
Wilde?
her.
It was.
And J.K. Simmons in his like short role when he got sliced in half.
Oh yeah, he did play that guy.
I was like, with the first, like, is that J.K.? And then it's like, nah, it's like, oh, it is him.
Yeah.
Oh, is he in this movie? Cool. And then he's dead.
Yeah. He's all like, I built this just for us and everything, and then finish him, fatality.
She broke him out like a piece of like a sandwich, just like.
Yeah. I was like, that was J.K. Simmons.
She turned him into flatbread.
Yeah, pretty much, and stuff. And like, he was incarcerated in just like a coffin and everything, kind of like freaking Walt Disney. We know you already know where you are, Disney.
Exactly, like encased in a glass shelf.
Yeah, in place of the gas shelf and everything like that. And the whole temple, I mean, like, I guess, the seismic activity and everything like that was in the result of like, the sacrificial pit, coming up with all the spirits and everything like that. And so what was holding them down is Spangler pretty much built like mounted proton packs in each corner of the sacrificial pit and everything like that, where it could stop the ghost, which resulted into the seismic activity around the town and everything.
Yeah, you're describing it better than me. You're actually describing. I'm just like, yeah, there's ghost shit.
There's
they
ghost,
fighting.
Yeah, there's ghost stuff and everything like that happening and everything. So yeah.
No, it was an enjoyable movie. Like I'd say, like I don't know, it felt like a really big summer. It felt like a summer movie, like one of those like ones you just see during summer. Like it's not like the huge blockbuster, but just like.
Well, I kind of think that originally this movie was supposed to come out, I think around July of last year or something like that.
Yeah, I think it was, and then COVID hit, and then dropped.
Like COVID hit, just pretty much prolonged everything else and everything. So they were just like thinking, should we have this? I don't think Sony has a streaming service. I think.
Oh, they don't.
No, they don't. They probably like would have placed it probably like around HBO Max or something. Like they could have probably like had HBO Max or some streaming service into their, like maybe Peacock or something like that, kind of like what they did with Halloween Kills. But yeah, so like they pretty much like, nah, people need to see this in theaters and everything.
And it was good in theaters.
And it was good in theaters and everything. It was worth the wait and stuff. I'm just really glad that we got to see this movie and everything.
So, before we get on to like the big like favorite scene, I gotta talk about one scene in the movie that like bothered me. There's a line in the movie that like killed me. I was done in for like a good 40 seconds. So obviously with this kind of movie, they're gonna do the thing where like they do callbacks to the older movie, and there were a good bit in there, like some subtle, some like in your face. Mm-hmm. This one was so in your face, it bothered me. It sucked. It was the worst line in the movie. And the delivery killed me. So the main characters are in prison. They just got done capturing a ghost. They're in the jail cell. And Phoebe, the little girl, she says, hey, can I get my phone call? And the dude, the warden of the jail is like, now listen, who you gonna call? And like it pauses for like 5 seconds. And then it cuts to the next scene. It's like, no, you can't do that after that horrible line. That's like something that they do in a 2016 movie.
Yeah, that's something that would like. I'm surprised that's in that movie and everything like that. It was going so good, and they're just like, oh god, they would make that freaking terrible line and everything and stuff, and obviously it kind of threw me off a little, but then it picked back up and everything from there, from that terrible line. So
I wish I was the guy who left the theater and came in as soon as that scene was over, because it's like he didn't hear that. He's like, that movie was great. Everything was good about it. He didn't hear that line.
Yeah.
I was like, well, that was corny.
Yeah, it was very, very corny. Obviously, I knew they were kind of like, I knew they were going to make a corny joke. I just didn't think it was going to be that corny.
So I thought it was going to be like, there's going to be a billboard, and it's going to say who you're going to call, and they're going to smash through it. Just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, like obviously something like that, but I didn't think they're going to get the dude who played Shocker from freaking Homecoming.
Okay, I was wondering. This guy's familiar. I'm wondering.
Yeah, he played the second Shocker. The first Shocker died from the Vulture.
Yeah.
But yeah, he just like, all right, who are you going to call? And which was weird because I didn't think it was going to be Dan Aykroyd, because from the trailer it kind of sounded like it was going to be Bill Murray and everything like that. But as soon as they showed who it was, I'm like, wait, Dan Aykroyd. They're like, oh, okay, and everything like that.
So that was in the trailer?
The second trailer. And like in the ending when they were watching an ad, like the original ad from the original movie, like the Ghostbusters ad and everything, like, have you seen Strange Activity and everything, call Ghostbusters and everything like that. They saw that ad, and then like it cut away to like a red phone. Somebody picks it up. Like from what it sounded like, it kind of did sound like Bill Murray, but I guess in the movie it just it was Dan Aykroyd. I'm like, okay, it's Dan Aykroyd. I thought it was Bill Murray.
I'm happy I actually didn't watch early trailers. I went into the movie kind of blind. I saw the first trailer when it came out like a year, maybe 2 years ago, and I was like, all right, cool. I'll probably check it out, and I didn't see anything else.
Yeah.
I saw really no trailer, no really commercials for it. I went in kind of blind because I forgot everything.
No, yeah.
So I didn't know that going in.
No, yeah, because
really how.
No, yeah, dude. Like, obviously, it was just weird that this movie didn't really get a lot of like promotions or anything like that. Maybe.
I feel like I've seen some. I feel like it's a thing is like Sony's like kind of scared to do it after how much advertising they had for 2016. They're probably scared that maybe don't put as much advertising because it may not make as much.
Yeah.
But I feel like the reviews have been so good on it for the most part. People have been really digging it. So that
yeah,
there probably will be some type of like maybe bigger ad push for it soon.
Yeah, pretty much. I think it's just going to be one of those where like probably like a couple years later, everyone will start recognizing how good it is and everything like that. So yeah. So I was just like, I remember seeing the first trailer. They didn't really show much and everything. That we were kind of like, ooh, I can't wait to see this movie. So obviously I saw the second trailer, and that's when like, okay, yeah, I got to watch this now and everything. So yeah.
I have to go back and watch that trailer now because I'm curious what they showed. Because for me, I think the first trailer only showed like the first like 40 minutes. It wasn't really a lot.
No, yeah, it wasn't really a lot. It was more like a teaser and everything. Like, oh, there goes the Ecto-1. They're catching a ghost and everything like that and stuff. With the second trailer, it did show not really a lot and everything, but obviously that ending, that's hinting like, oh, they're gonna like the original cast is gonna be back and everything. So yeah.
And I'll say this also, the music was good too. Like they did a lot of callbacks to like the original, but they kind of had different little twists on it. It was nice. Like it was a really good score. I forgot to get the name of the composer, but it did a really good job.
No, yeah. I was like, remains like, oh, like these are some of the soundtracks from the original movie and everything. Kind of some little twist to it and everything, and then like obviously some newer scores and everything like that. So the soundtrack was really, really great and everything. So obviously, I'm really glad they didn't kind of played the, oh my god, Ray William Parker's Ghostbusters theme throughout, till the end. Which is great. They didn't play it in the beginning. They didn't play it in the middle. They played it in the end credits. So I'm like, okay, good.
The movie's over. It's like, all right, happy little end is playing that. Because I would have hated if they had like the Ghostbusters came in. It's like cinematic strings. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. It's just like corny. I like that they just walk in. There's no music. Just hey, they're here.
Yeah.
Boom.
Boom. They're right here and everything.
That's how someone like where they would have cut it in 2016. They were there.
Oh.
They would have cut it like that.
They would have cut it like that, and like I would not be surprised if like immediately they would kill him off right then and there. Like they would like play the theme, and then damn, they did. They cut the music off.
I would have did that. It's like they don't want to be in the movie anymore. It's like good. They're saved.
Yeah. And obviously when they came out and when they were trying to capture Gozer and everything like that, I was like, oh god, they're gonna die. But they didn't. I'm like, okay, good. Like
they're not gonna do that. It's like they're not gonna bring them back on for like however many million, and then be like, all right, these characters you love, just kill them off. People will love that.
Yeah.
I love it when my heroes die.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not gonna pull a Force Awakens.
No, they're not. Like freaking Han Solo or freaking that one lady in my job saying that, oh, Clifford in the Clifford movie died in the ending. I'm like,
I still can't get
and then like when I went to go watch it with my kids, I'm like, she's a liar. He didn't die.
Did you say for them the credits?
Oh yeah. So in the credits, Arthur comes out. I want to talk about the Scholastic.
The Scholastic program. I'm putting a Scholastic program together, and I'm gonna need your help with this $5 donation.
Pretty much, but anyway, that's a conversation for another time. So yeah, favorite scene in the movie.
Favorites probably the ending, like the last part of the movie. I thought was, even though I will say I'm always kind of like hesitant when like they have like actors who have died and kind of put them in posthumously in movies. I'm always just kind of get like a weird feeling like it's kind of like weird. But at least with this one, like even though it was a little odd at times, I'm just like it was a nice little like tribute in there.
Well, yeah, like obviously, I was gonna like I'm over sitting and I see Harold Ramey's CGI ghost and everything. Like I thought it was actually nice. He didn't talk, which I'm like, okay, I'm okay with that. That they didn't get like little sound clips from him and everything, like from his other movies or something like that. He didn't talk or anything, but there were some touchy moments and everything like that. The other Ghostbusters, saying their piece, like, oh, I miss you, man, and everything. Like, I'm sorry I abandoned you and everything like that.
That's a nice moment.
Yeah, it was a really nice moment. I really did.
And I'll say their chemistry's still on point. Like,
yeah,
they're on there. I'm just like, oh, this is just the looks like Ernie Hudson would give. Just like, oh, that's.
Yeah, even though like I think Bill Murray's the one that kind of prolonged.
Oh, he absolutely is.
Yeah.
That's the reason there's no Ghostbusters 3. It was like everyone else wanted to do it, and he was the one stopping it.
Yeah. So now he's being Garfield. He was being Garfield and everything. Yeah. So.
He's like, I don't want to do that movie, and it's just like, look what happened. Now we don't have a Ghostbusters 3 with all four of them together. Even though the game, I will say that game is...
we have the game and everything. Obviously, that game was kind of like a Ghostbusters 3. But after seeing this movie, do you feel like this movie kind of is like a Ghostbusters 3?
Oh, it absolutely is. Like, the game's like the unofficial 3, but this one definitely, since it's continuing on, and like it brings up a lot of stuff that happens after kind of 2, like what happened to them, what they were doing, like kind of how the business went down.
Yeah. And
kind of also like leads into like possibility of another one kind of after this, maybe like it's open up there.
Yeah.
But no, it definitely is like they definitely go in the direction of like a sequel. I kind of look at this kind of like a Rocky like 6, how they have like Creed, and it's like, all right, even though it's
like the new generation.
It's the new generation, but like it still is like a sequel. It's not like a reboot or like a retell. So yeah, it was a good direction to go in with this, because I think if they went the route of just like original Ghostbuster thing, then it's like it's been done. Yeah. And going with this, at least there's actually some interesting like character dynamics, just like Spangler kind of abandoning everything, friends, family, to really like all right, the world's gonna go down, I have to be here to protect it, and that. So like there actually was interesting dynamics they did. Yeah. Because they went the route they did there.
Yeah. So I like obviously like these newer movies, being sequels to like the older movies like Force Awakens, Creed with the Rocky Balboa movies and everything like that. It's been done a lot and everything. So, obviously it's like, okay, this is going to be like the new generation and everything like that. I kind of like figured that they were going to try to do that with Ghostbusters. Like, in some way, Spangler's daughter or son is going to inherit, some type of like, you know, the Ghostbuster, and he's gonna become a new Ghostbuster or anything like that. But in this case, it's, you know, their grandkids and everything like that and stuff, you know, inheriting, you know, all the gadgets and everything like that, the Ecto-1 and everything, and stuff. And the way it ended, you know, with pretty much Ernie Hudson bringing back the Ecto-1 back into the firehouse, which they said there was a Starbucks, but they lied to us.
Dan Aykroyd. It's like Ray was like, oh, the old firehouse is a Starbucks now.
And then, like, when they showed that end, I'm like, nope, it isn't. It was just pretty much empty. Yeah. So, obviously, I would probably think, you know, probably Starbucks is just, I don't know. Maybe he just kind of, I don't know why he told that lie.
Well, just probably just like, yeah, you know, it's done. Probably just like, there's nothing there. And also, at that point in the conversation, he didn't know that, like, Phoebe was Spangler's, like, granddaughter. Mm-hmm. So he probably thought, oh, it's just some fan who called out of nowhere.
Oh, probably that. Oh,
so
yeah.
for that, it's just like, well, if you think, like, the Ghostbusters are going to come back, it's like, well, Firehouse is no more. So there's no point, like, really looking into that.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Now, that's an obvious one right there. Yep. All right. I didn't really think of that. So, like, obviously, I kind of, like, expected, like, as soon as he goes to follow the Firehouse, I'm like, where are all the Britzes? Where's the dragon? Where's the mango dragon fruits being served?
It's like breadsticks? I didn't know they had breadsticks at Starbucks.
Yeah.
Are we behind one right now?
Yeah, we're one. There's one over here.
Damn, let's go finish the video in there. I'm gonna bring the camera. We're gonna go do that. you know, in that Ghostbusters movie, they said you were at the firehouse. You weren't there. He lied.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude! But yeah, like,
and I think I'll say, like, this movie was funny too. Like, they actually had some really funny parts. Like, fucking
really
Paul Rudd as a summer school teacher putting Cujo on a VHS and Child's Play.
Like, obviously, when they casted Paul Rudd, when I heard they casted Paul Rudd, I'm like, okay, he's gonna be the main focus of the movie. He wasn't. He was a side character.
Good. Actually.
I was good. I really liked that, especially since he got recently voted as the sexiest man alive from People Magazine and everything. I don't pay attention to any of that. I'm just saying, like, I just made the joke for that one time. But, like, seeing it, I'm like, okay, he's a side character and everything. They're more focused on, you know, Spangler's grandkids and everything like that. So I really did like that and everything. So, yeah.
Yeah, actually, I was surprised because, like, when you see Paul Rudd, it's just like, all right, he's going to be... I really did kind of think he was going to probably be the main for a little bit. Mm-hmm. It really helped going in blind. There.
Yeah, it really did.
Honestly, I will say that right now. If there's a movie you want to see in theaters, go in blind. It makes the experience so much better when you have no knowledge of what's coming next. Because the trailers, sometimes the commercials spoil the movie. It's like a character's dying. It's like, oh no, he's dead. It's like, well, the commercial showed him fighting like 100 guys. So I know he makes it out.
Yeah.
Whereas if you watch a movie blind, you're like, shit, I don't know who's dying.
Yeah.
I don't know what's coming up next. It's like, it makes it exciting.
Yeah, especially since they played the Spider-Man trailer.
Oh my god! So to give context, I did not see the Spider-Man trailer when it premiered this last week. I was like, I want to avoid it. I'm gonna go in blind. I saw the first trailer. I knew I'm gonna see the movie. It's Spider-Man. Looks great. So I avoided it like the plague. I blocked Spider-Man on my Twitter. Everything I could think of, I blocked it. And last night before the movie, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, shit, they're going to probably play that Spider-Man trailer. It's a new movie.
I was expecting
and it's a Sony property, too. Mm-hmm. They're going to play it. And it's just like, with the trailer starting, I'm like, oh, God, I'm scared. And the second I'm just seeing, like, following previews, like, there's no rating. I'm just like, oh, shit, it could be this. It could be that. Mm-hmm. And I'm dodging bullets. Like, it's Matrix. It's animated movie. Then last trailer, the following movie, PG-13, action, suspense. And I'm like, oh, no. And then I just see the first thing on frame, Peter Parker. I'm just like, fuck, I want to get up. I legit got up for a second, and it was too late. I'm like, damn it.
Yeah.
So I stayed and watched the trailer. I'm like, dang it, I know too much now.
Yeah.
Like, I was actually getting mad watching it because there actually would have been some cool reveals I would have loved seeing live. Mm-hmm. But that's not, we'll get to that discussion when we see that movie.
No, yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
When you
I'll get to find out whether, like, being spoiled was actually, like, bad.
Yeah.
But no, it was a fun movie. It was a really enjoyable movie.
It was a really, really fun movie. I really enjoyed it a lot. My favorite scene was definitely, like what you said, the ending and everything like that. That paying tribute to, like, oh, the original four are reunited in some way and everything like that. Harold Ramis is right there in spirit and everything like that, and obviously had his last moments with his old colleagues, his family, and everything like that. That was a really nice touching moment. I'll admit I kind of shed a little tear here or two or something like that watching that, and then like as soon as like his spirit just pretty much was up and everything like that, and like there in the text saying for Harold, I'm like, dude, that was a nice tribute right there. Yeah.
Would have been better with a little bust on the side, but they may do.
They may do a bit. They may do. They may do.
But no, it's a fun movie.
That was a really fun movie. Yeah, it's a really great movie and everything. If you're really a fan of Ghostbusters and trying to avoid and just trying to forget the 2016 one, go watch this movie, honestly.
Yeah, it definitely... if I was going to give like a grade from like Letterboxd, like 1 out of 5, I'd probably give it like a good 3.5. Like really enjoyable movie. I definitely would see it again. Definitely, like I probably might see my sister wants to go see it with her.
Oh, okay.
What about for you? What's your kind of?
I'd probably give it a 4. I enjoyed it a lot and everything. Obviously, I grew up with the old Ghostbusters. Well, not really. It's because it came out in 1984. I was born in 1990. But I watched the movies, thanks to, my brothers and, my dad and everything like that. And stuff. So I'm a big fan of Ghostbusters and everything like that. Me and my family were planning trying to dress up like Ghostbusters, but that didn't fall through because, well, I guess since the movie had came out, a lot of people want to be doing Ghostbusters like a family thing. So yeah, maybe next year. But yeah, so yeah, it was really good and everything. I'll definitely try to see it a second time if my wife still wants to watch it, because just to obviously I would want my kids to watch the originals and everything, just not some scenes. So because I know like some of the original did have some like not safe for work type stuff in there.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think the movie's PG, but it's like not just a PG-13 movie.
Nah, it's a PG-13.
It was that era where like there was no 13s, or just like, all right, everything's either PG, G, or R. There's no like middle ground.
No, there is no middle ground. Especially like a lot of the PG movies kind of did show some nudity and everything like that. I could really think of the top of my head 2 movies. I think Howard the Duck and the original Pink Panther movie.
Oh,
yeah. Those are PG movies, but they did show some nudity in there and everything. So yeah.
Yeah, overall, like really enjoyable movie. There's probably a lot more stuff I could go into, but it's just still fresh. Like we just got the movie like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, oh, it's good.
Okay.
Like you usually text me like a few days to formulate an idea. Like when we did the Mortal Kombat, that was like I had seen the movie like two times at that point, so I'd already kind of had time to get like my thoughts together and all that.
Mm-hmm. I think when we did the Mortal Kombat video, I think like I saw it just like 2 days ago and everything. Obviously, like while we were doing that, I did kind of play the movie like in the background and everything, and then we did end up seeing it after.
Yeah, I had notes too. Like we did it on audio, but I had like a lot of notes on my phone of like, all right, characters, moments.
Yeah.
I'm still thinking of scenes of just like, it's hard to be like, all right, this was that, this was this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So maybe if we do plan on doing another one, we'll probably do a little more detail and everything. Yeah. Obviously, this movie's still fresh to us now, since it's been like we watched it 20 minutes ago and everything. But if we do end up doing like a whole thing, like a whole like what our thoughts, the review, and everything like that, there's like more of like a first impressions video, if anything, and stuff. But yeah, we'll see how it goes from there.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes with that.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll sign off here. As always, I'm GamingWithClass.
And I'm MrESPNozaX.
And see you later.
See ya.
Wait, what's happening? I'm disappearing right now.
Wait, what?
Like,
where are you going?
I don't know.
Where? He's gone. Where'd he go? Oh shit.